Good morning. Oh, we're looking at my books and not me. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. We'll just give everyone time to join. Good morning, Charlotte. Good morning, Sahara. Oh, that was a funny cough. Just give everyone some time to join us this morning for our story time. Good morning, Belle. Good morning, Ava and Oscar. Good morning, Harry. Good morning, Fergus. Always on time. Good morning, Petra. Good morning, Jago. Hi, Nico. Good morning, Nico. Good morning, Athena. Good morning, Camille. Good morning, James and William. Good morning, Eleonora. Good morning, Finley. Good morning, Ava and Jack. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. Who else have we got? Noah. Good morning, Noah. What a super name. Good morning, Fatima. Good morning, Noemi. Good morning, Casey. Ah, yes. I think we might have met before, Casey. Good morning, Sean. Good morning, Leon. Ah, super, Fergus. Your cousin is watching too. Fantastic. Good morning. Good morning. So lovely to see so many of you here. Is that Claire? I'm not sure who Claire is, but good morning, Claire. So who can remind me, where did we finish yesterday? We finished, we didn't read the poem, the Centipede's poem. So we're going to read that today. Good morning, Tyler, from round the corner. So near, but yet so far. Well done, Tyler, you've remembered. Good morning, Asadoba. You're following the book with us. Good morning, Charlotte. I said good morning, and Emily. Fantastic. Right, are we ready to start? Let's start with a poem. We love our poems. Let's start with our poem today, and then we will follow on with our chapter book. So let's have a look. What should we read today? And this is from Julia Donaldson, Poems to Perform. Noah. Yes, I think I met you, Noah, actually, at Christmas. Superstar that you're watching. That's very nice to know that you're watching. Let's read spells. Okay, this is spells. I dance and dance without any feet. This is the spell of the ripening wheat. With never a tongue, I've a tale to tell. This is the meadow grass's spell. I give you health without any fee. This is the spell of the apple tree. I rhyme and riddle without any book. This is the spell of the bubbling brook. Without any legs, I run forever. This is the spell of the mighty river. I fall forever and not at all. This is the spell of the waterfall. Without a voice, I roar aloud. This is the spell of the thundercloud. No button or seam has my white coat. This is the spell of the leaping goat. I can cheat strangers with never a word. This is the spell of the cuckoo bird. We have tongues in plenty, but speak no names. This is the spell of the fiery flames. The creaking door has a spell to riddle. I play a tune without any fiddle. And that's by James Reeves, Spells. Oh, that was fantastic. It was a different poem. Lovely. Good morning, Dylan. Good morning, Aoife. Sorry, I'm just having a look at those people saying good morning. I might have missed you if you said good morning before. Good morning, Belle. Please remember, I'm not a YouTube expert or Instagram expert, so I'm getting there. Okay. But good morning to everyone. So lovely to see all of you listening. And remember, we're not having any chats on the on Instagram or YouTube. We are focusing on our story time. Okay, and just a quick message from, if you are from my school, just remember to have a look at what your teachers have set. Okay, I'm so happy that you are watching, and some of your teachers might have set my work for you to do, but always remember to check what your teachers have set so that you can make sure that you're following what your school would like you to follow. That goes for all children, okay? But I'm so glad that so many of you have joined, and there's so many children from all different schools and all different backgrounds, and I love that you're all joining and that you're all kind of coming together to learn together. And that's what this is all about, the fact that you can have a teacher that maybe you've never actually met before teaching you, and you're still getting on with your learning, and you're still having a super time even during this very weird time. Okay, right, so let's carry on. Let's go and read the Centipede's song, and then at the end I'm going to reread what we're going to be writing our newspaper report about today. Okay. I've eaten many stranger and scrumptious dishes in my time, like jellied gnats and dainty prats and earwigs cooked in slime, and mice with rice. They're really nice when roasted in their prime, but don't forget to sprinkle them with just a pinch of grime. I've eaten fresh mud burgers by the greatest cooks there are, and scrambled drakes and stink bugs' eggs and hornets stewed in tar, and pails of snails and lizards' tails and beetles by the jar. A beetle is improved by just a splash of vinegar. I often eat boiled slobbages. They're grand when served beside minced doodle bugs and curried slugs. And have you ever tried mosquito toes and wompfish roes, most delicately fried? The only trouble is they disagree with my inside. I'm mad for crispy wasps' stings on a piece of buttered toast, and pickled spines of porcupines, and then a gorgeous roast. Or dragon's flesh while hung not fresh. It costs £1 at most, and comes to you in barrels if you order it by post. I crave the tasty tentacles of octopi for tea. I like hot dogs. I love hot frogs, and surely you'll agree. A plate of soil with engine oils, a super recipe. I hardly need to mention that it's practically free. For dinner on my birthday, shall I tell you what I chose? Hot noodles made from poodles on a slice of garden hose, and a rather smelly jelly made of armadillo's toes. The jelly is delicious, but you have to hold your nose. Now comes the centipede, declared, the burden of my speech. These foods are rare beyond compare, some are right out of reach. But there's no doubt I'd go without 1,000,000 plates of each for one small mite, one tiny bite of this fantastic peach. Everybody was really feeling happy now. The sun was shining brightly out of a soft blue sky, and the day was calm. The giant peach, with the sunlight glinting on its side, was like a massive golden ball sailing upon the silver sea. Just checking. Super peach. You knew that it was peach. Hi, Martha and Patrick. I'm so glad that you are watching. We are now on chapter 19. So if you have it, you can read along with us. Sometimes people say hello, but if I don't know who it is, I will just say hello. So I think that's Kate. So hi, Kate. Right, let's carry on. Let's carry on. Aoife, let's carry on. Superstar Aoife. Look, cried the centipede, just as they were finishing their meal. Look at that funny thin black thing gliding through the water over there. I thought that was going to rhyme. Sorry, I read it a bit funny. They all swung round to look. There are 2 of them, said Miss Spider. There are lots of them, said Ladybird. What are they? Asked the earthworm, getting worried. They must be some kind of fish, said the old green grasshopper. Perhaps they have come along to say hello. Let me just get out of my Key Stage 1 voice, because I got very used to reading books that rhyme, and then that song, so I just need to snap out of it. Sorry. They must be some kind of fish. That sounds better. They are sharks, cried the earthworm. I bet you anything you like that they are sharks, and they have come along to eat us up. What absolute rot, the centipede said, but his voice seemed suddenly to have become a little shaky, and he wasn't laughing. I am positive they are sharks, said the earthworm. I just know they are sharks. And so, in actual fact, did everybody else, but they were too frightened to admit it. There was a short silence. They all peered down anxiously at the sharks, who were cruising slowly round and round the beach. Just assuming that they are sharks, the centipede said. There still can't possibly be any danger if we stay up here. But even as he spoke, one of those thin black fins suddenly changed direction and came cutting swiftly through the water, right up the side of the beach itself. The shark paused and stared up at the company with small evil eyes. Go away, they shouted. Go away, you filthy beast. Slowly, almost lazily, the shark opened its mouth. Uh-oh. No, don't eat the peach. Which was big enough to have swallowed a perambulator and made a lunge at the peach. They all watched aghast. And now, as though at a signal from the leader, all the other sharks came swimming in towards the peach. Oh my goodness. And they clustered around it and began to attack it furiously. There must have been at least 20 or 30 of them at least, all pushing and fighting and lashing their tails and churning the water into froth. Panic and pandemonium broke out immediately on top of the peach. Oh, we are finished now, cried Miss Spider, wringing her feet. They will eat up the whole peach, and then there'll be nothing left for us to stand on, and they'll start on us. She is right, shouted the ladybird. We are lost forever. Oh, I don't want to be eaten, wailed the earthworm, but they will take me first of all, because I'm so fat and juicy and I have no bones. Is there nothing we can do? Asked the ladybird, appealing to James. Surely you can think of a way out of this. Suddenly they were all looking at James. Think, begged Miss Spider. Think, James, think. Come on, said the centipede. Come on, James. There must be something we can do. Their eyes waited upon him, tense, anxious, pathetically hopeful. There is something that I believe we might try, James Henry Trotter said slowly. I'm not saying it will work. Tell us, cried the earthworm. Tell us quick. We'll try anything you say, said the centipede. But hurry, hurry, be quiet and let the boy speak, said the ladybird. Go on, James. They all moved a little closer to him. There was a longish pause. Go on, they cried frantically. Go on. And all the time, while they were waiting, they could hear the sharks threshing around in the water below them. It was enough to make anyone frantic. Come on, James, said the ladybird, coaxing him. I'm afraid it's no good after all, James murmured, shaking his head. I'm terribly sorry. I forgot. We don't have any string. We'd need hundreds of yards of string to make it work. What sort of string? Asked the old green grasshopper sharply. Any sort, just as long as it's strong. But my dear boy, that's exactly what we do have. We've got all you want. How? Where? The silkworm, cried old green grasshopper. Didn't you ever notice the silkworm? She's still downstairs. She never moves. She just lies there sleeping all day long, but we can easily wake her up and make her spin. And what about me, may I ask? said Miss Spider. I can spin just as well as silkworm. What more, I can spin patterns. Can you make enough between you? Asked James. As much as you want. And quickly? Of course, of course. And would it be strong? The strongest there is. It's as thick as your finger. But why? What are you going to do? I'm going to lift this peach clear out of the water, James announced firmly. You're mad, cried the earthworm. It's our only chance, the boy's crazy. He's joking. Go on, James, said the ladybird. How are we going to do it? Skyhooks, I suppose, jeered the centipede. Seagulls, James answered calmly. The place is full of them. Look up there. They all looked up and saw a great mass of seagulls wheeling round and round in the sky. Well done. I love that everybody is so engaged and writing in their comments. Superstar, Martha and Patrick. They all looked up and saw a great mass of seagulls wheeling round and round in the sky. I'm going to take a long silk string, James went on, and I'm going to loop one end on it round a seagull's neck, and then I'm going to tie the other end to the stem of the peach. He pointed to the peach stem, which was standing up like a short, thick mast in the middle of the deck. Then I'm going to get another seagull and do the same thing again, then another and another. Ridiculous, they shouted. Absurd. Poppycock. Balderdash. Madness. And the old green grasshopper said, how can a few seagulls lift an enormous thing like this up into the air, and all of us as well? It would take hundreds, thousands. There is no shortage of seagulls, James answered. Look for yourself. We'll probably need 400, 500, 600, maybe even 1,000, I don't know. I shall simply go on hooking them up to the stem until we have enough to lift us. They'll be bound to lift us in the end. It's like balloons. You give them someone enough balloons to hold, really enough, then up he goes. And a seagull has far more lifting power than a balloon. If only we had the time to do it. If only we were not sunk first by those awful sharks. You're absolutely off your head, said the earthworm. How on earth do you propose to get a loop of string round a seagull's neck? I suppose you're going to fly up there yourself and catch it. The boy's dotty, said the centipede. Let him finish, said the ladybirds. Go on, James. What would you do? How would you do it? With bait. Bait? What sort of bait? With a worm, of course. Seagulls love worms. Didn't you know that? And luckily for us, we have here the biggest, fattest, pinkest, juiciest earthworm in the whole world. Yeah, that's right. Good ideas. Find an island and a seagull. Fantastic. Some very good ideas. You can stop right there, the earthworm said sharply. That's quite enough. Go on, the other said, beginning to grow interest. Go on. The seagulls have already spotted him, James continued. That's why there are so many of them circling round. And they daren't come down to get him while all the rest of us are standing here. So this is what? Stop, cried the earthworm. Stop. I won't have it. I refuse. Be quiet, said the centipede. Mind your own business. I like that. My dear earthworm, you're going to be eaten anyway. So what difference does it make whether it's sharks or seagulls? I won't do it. Why don't we hear what the plan is first, said the old green grasshopper. I don't give a hoot what the plan is, cried Earthworm. I'm not going to be pecked to death by a bunch of seagulls. You will be a martyr, said the centipede. I shall respect you for the rest of my life. So will I, said Miss Spider, and your name will be in the newspapers. Earthworm gives life to save friends. Oh, shall we see how many words? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. But he won't have to give his life, James told them. Now listen to me. This is what we'll do. And then James is going to tell them his plan, and we're going to stop there, okay? So I'm going to reread the part where the peach comes crashing through town so that then we can today write our newspaper report on what has happened, okay? Did you enjoy that? I love the way it ended in suspense. I really enjoyed that chapter ended in absolute suspense. Sorry, Instagram, I'll just put you back up. Oh. They could use a piece of peach as bait, but I think the worm is better, isn't it? We're all getting very excited. Right, I'm going to read this part now. I'm going to read the part that we read yesterday so that we can have a go at writing a couple of sentences to go in your newspaper to help you with it, okay? And now the peach had broken out of the garden and was over the edge of the hill, rolling and bouncing down the steep slope at a terrific pace. Faster and faster it went, and the crowds of people who were climbing up the hill suddenly caught sight of this terrible monster plunging down upon them, and they screamed and scattered to right and left as it went hurtling by. If you missed this yesterday, I'd be writing notes. At the bottom of the hill, it charged across the road, knocking over a telegraph pole and flattening 2 parked cars as it went by. Then it rushed madly across about 20 fields, breaking down all the fences and hedges in its path. It went right through the middle of the herd of fine Jersey cows, and then through a flock of sheep, and then through a paddock full of horses, and then through a yard full of pigs, and soon the whole countryside was a seething mass of panic-stricken animals stampeding in all directions. That's something to definitely include in our newspaper article about the animals. Imagine a whole stampede of animals. The peach was still going at a tremendous speed, with no sign of slowing down, and about a mile further on it came to a village. Down the main street of the village it rolled, with people leaping frantically out of its path right and left. Also, it's a village, not a town. And at the end of the street, it went crashing right through the wall of an enormous building and out the other side, leaving 2 gaping round holes in the brickwork. The building happened to be a famous factory where they made chocolate, and almost at once a great river of warm melted chocolate came pouring out of the holes in the factory wall. A minute later, this brown sticky mess was flowing through every street in the village, oozing under the doors of houses and into people's shops and gardens. Children were wading in up to their knees, and some were even trying to swim in it, and all of them were sucking it into their mouths in great greedy gulps and shrieking with joy. But the peach rushed on across the countryside, on and on and on, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. Cowsheds, stables, pigsties, barns, bungalows, hayricks, anything that got in its way went toppling over like a ninepin. An old man sitting quietly beside a stream had his fishing rod whisked out of his hands as it went dashing by, and a woman called Daisy Entwistle was standing so close to it, as it passed, that it had the skin taken off the tip of her nose. Oh, she might be one of your witnesses. Her name is Daisy Entwistle, and it's not with a H. I'm just checking any comments of any questions. You don't have to use a template if you don't want to. You can just write this on any piece of paper. Any questions on this side? Oh, I'm hungry now. Oh, yes. All that chocolate has made me a little bit hungry too. Where were we? Would it ever stop? Why should it? A round object will always keep on rolling as long as it is on a downhill slope. And in this case, the land sloped downhill all the way until it reached the ocean, and the same ocean that James had begged his aunts to be allowed to visit the day before. Well, perhaps he was going to visit it now. The peach was rushing closer and closer to it every second, and closer also to the towering white cliffs that came first. These cliffs are the most famous in the whole of England, and they are hundreds of feet high. Oh, I wonder if someone can find out what those cliffs are. Below them, the sea is deep and cold and hungry. Many ships have been swallowed up and lost forever in this part of the coast, and all the men who were in them as well. The peach was now only 100 yards away from the cliff, now 50, now 20, now 10, now 5, and when it reached the edge of the cliff, it seemed to leap up into the air and hang there, suspended for a few seconds, still turning over and over in the air. Then it began to fall down, 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 smack. The White Cliffs of Dover. Well done, James and William, superstars. The children will be getting sugar rush. Okay, so yesterday we talked about the features of a newspaper, and I think I might have posted that on Instagram, but I know that all of you were so ready to go and plan your newspaper. So just kind of digest what we've just read. Have a little think about the things that you're going to include. I'll give you some time to go and get your plan, and then we're going to help each other with a little bit of writing, okay? If you've already done the newspaper report, you can either stay and help other people, just because yesterday it was only planning, but the connection went, so you missed out the last bit of my lesson. But you're welcome to stay and help us, Noemi. But if you haven't written it, we're just going to help you just to get started, okay? So a newspaper always has a headline. It's like the title, and it's 4 to 6 words long, okay? We don't want to make it too long. We want to make it nice and snappy and catchy. Who can give me some ideas for the headline for our newspaper article? Daisy's surname. Some people are asking for Daisy's surname. Just have a look. It was Ent Whistle, so I'll write it down for you here. If you've done the report, that's fine. You can go off and you can do some more reading, or you can stay with us and help us write our report, okay? Okay, let's have a look at some of your, I'm going to just pick it up so I can have a look at some of your titles. If you weren't here yesterday, you can catch up on YouTube. Okay, giant peach causes mass destruction. Oh, I love that one. That's fantastic. Giant peach on a range. Fantastic, Harry. The big disaster. Charlotte, fantastic. Rampage. The rolling peach. Peach on a roll. Oh, I love that one. Well done, Kate. Peach on a rampage. Well done. The massive disaster. The rolling peach. Well done, Martha and Patrick. Let's see, what do we have on this side? Chocolate destruction, peaches and scream. Oh, I like that one, Noemi, superstar. The big flying peach. Giant peach creates not such a peachy situation. Oh, I like that one. Peach on the loose, fantastic. What a peachy day. Stop the peach. Oh, I like that. Stop that peach. Tyler says, a peachy situation. The peach adventure. Guys, these are fantastic. So I'm going to go with giant peach causes mass destruction. And my pen has stopped working. So let me get another one. Good thing I bought some more. So remember when we wrote our newspaper articles about the 5 W's. So we need to say where, when, how, and who. Okay. So we're going to write the first part all together. Okay. So when did it happen? When did it happen? The 5 W's. Well done, Ava and Oscar. Yes, Charlotte and Emily. Fantastic. Well done. The 5 W's. At 9 a.m. When? Or how about in the early hours? Instead of saying a specific time. Actually, 9 a.m. is good because it could be a fact. Or we could say in the what? In the early... In the early hours of when? When? Was it yesterday or Wednesday? In the early hours of Wednesday morning, comma, what happened? Who was stunned to see? In the early hours of the day, at dawn, fantastic. Morning, early hours of the morning, early hours of the day, well done, good ideas. Right, so what's going to be our next part? In the early hours of Wednesday morning, the people of where? What are we going to call this? Oh, we said it's the White Cliffs of Dover. Villagers were stunned. Fantastic. That's a good one. So someone has already given me the next part. I want to go with their idea, but I feel like I might have already gone with their title. So I don't want just one person to give me ideas. I want more ideas. So what could we say? Villagers. How are the villagers? What happened to the villagers? Someone has said villagers were stunned. What could we say, Ava? What else could we say, Ava or Oscar or Camille? The people of Dover were stunned. Fantastic, Leon. People of the village. Locals were surprised to see. Yes, fantastic. So locals were Surprised. I'm going to go with that one. To see what? Let's think of a description. To see what? Disturbed. Fantastic. Stunned. Splashed with chocolate. I love it. Shocked. Good words. Petrified. Fantastic, Martha and Patrick. Well done, Noemi. Stunned to see a house-sized peach rolling. Yes, I'm going to go with house-sized peach. So, can we all see? Wednesday morning, locals were surprised to see a house-sized peach rolling where? Rolling where? A colossal peach rolling down the hill. Oh my gosh, fantastic language. A tremendous peach, bamboozled, wowed. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to see your newspaper articles. Down the lane. What else? Where has it happened? Peach rolling. How was it rolling? Give me an adverb. How was it rolling? Into town, well done. Down a hill. Down the mountainous hill, well done. Frantically, rapidly, at a rapid speed, recklessly. Yes! Oh my goodness, this is fantastic. I'm going to go with rapidly. I'm going to go with rapidly. Oh, and there's a bit of alliteration there. Rolling rapidly through. What kind of village is it? Through the what? Through. Fantastic, Tyler. Good ideas. Well done. Is it Casey or Noah? Well done, guys. Fantastic. Tiny town. Remember, it's a village. Down the hill. At supersonic speed. Oh, I love it. Fantastic. So, rolling rapidly through the what? Do you think it's always been a loud, crazy town? Or could it be a once quiet or once peaceful village? The shocked face crowd of people. Oh, I love it. The small, peaceful village. Let's do that. Because we're going to make it, we're going to exaggerate it, okay? We're going to make it sound even worse than it was. The once quiet, sleepy village. I love it. Fantastic, Tyler. So, rolling rapidly through the once quiet, peaceful village. Full stop. And there we have most of those 5 W's, okay? And then you could start with, but not anymore. And then you can carry on. So should we read what we've written? Thank you for all your ideas. They are all fantastic. I will read over them later. I'm going to post this beginning. You can all use this beginning if you haven't already written your newspaper. Let me read it through with you, and then I'm going to send you off. Giant peach causes mass destruction. In the early hours of Wednesday morning, locals were surprised to see a house-sized peach rolling rapidly through the once quiet, peaceful village. But it wasn't quiet anymore as ... Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I am so proud of all your super suggestions, all your super ideas. Thank you for all your contributions this morning on Instagram and on YouTube. You are all superstars. If you're watching from school with Miss Elliott today, I'm going to say hello to all of you and Miss Walsh. It's nice to see you if you have joined in. Thank you for all your ideas. If you're joining in from my school, so lovely to see you. Miss Lopez, love seeing you all here. And if you're not from my school, it's so lovely to meet you. And I'm so grateful to all of you for joining, okay? I am wowed by your answers today, and I can't wait to see your newspaper articles, okay? Remember, stay safe, stay home, stay amazing. Remember to do your daily affirmations. And a quick reminder before I go, Joe Wicks, the body coach who does PE with Joe in the mornings, is doing Fancy Dress Friday. So I thought that we could have a Fancy Dress Friday, okay? And you don't have to go and buy a costume. You just find something you have at home. You can make something up. Today, actually, I'm going to show you something I made with my Key Stage 1 children, but you could make one too. You could make some binoculars out of loo roll and string, and you could be an adventurer, okay? You could be James from James and the Giant Peach. You could be anything, okay? I might be a superhero, but you can be anything you want to be. So it's up to you if you want to do it on Friday, okay? Because actually it would have been our last day of term. Thank you for watching. I will post this on Instagram now so that I can help you with your starter. Have a lovely rest of the day. I will see you tomorrow again at 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock if any of your little brothers and sisters are watching. Have a lovely rest of the day. I am Miss Lopez. You are superstars. See you later.